But
Yeah,
I guess you can tell people things, and they want to be warm and fuzzy,
sure.
so they don't care where it came from. And we know budgets don't get passed; they don't get worked out just by one person. We have
Yeah.
legislators that were
Well,
paying
it's
attention.
a lot easier to bend the truth or to out and out tell a lie than it is to explain why it's a lie.
Right.
You,
That
you know,
reminds me.
the best thing is just tell the truth to begin with, and then you don't have to worry about
Well, if you
anything. So we
see,
know that's a fallacy. That's never going to, people aren't going to tell the truth all the time. So,
yeah,
but
they don't they
yeah,
don't have to,
yeah.
and
Well,
in this
I'll
world.
go back. I'll go back here. What 12 years ago now, when Governor Wolf ran for his former Governor Wolf ran for his first term, where he talked. He campaigned that Governor Corbett um, took away school spending. He cut school
Oh,
spending. It was what
okay.
Governor Wolf ran on. And that's very easy to say. He cut school spending. It was much more difficult for the Corbett campaign to come out and say, no, and here's
Right,
why that's a
right,
lie.
right.
And the actual lie was based on the fact that President Obama gave the states a bunch of money
Oh, right. I remember that.
towards
Good job. Yeah,
education.
right,
So
right.
Governor
Uh,
Rendell, who benefited from that cut, he cut Pennsylvania spending
mm,
for education, but
mm-hmm.
filled it back in with the money he got from the feds. So when the
Right.
Fed money ran out,
The state
Governor
was at the right level. The
well,
state was
no,
at the right
the
level.
state was now below where they were before, and they had to fill in that shortfall now.
Well, or else
Yeah,
they had to cut their own costs
yeah.
and not worry about this, like comfort zone all the
Mm-hmm.
time. I want to say that I don't know if I told you or not, but I did write to Stacey Garrity and the other one that ran for Auditor General, and I got a beautiful letter back from Stacey Garrity
Mm-hmm.
about the whole fact that the state police came to her and said that we have a bill for this security, security at Shapiro's home residence.
Mm-hmm.
And, I can pay the one at the Capitol, but she said by law, I'm not allowed to pay a bill for his residence. Well, praise God. But the state police were involved in bringing her the bill. And then, I guess the bill was already there. You know what I'm saying? So Shapiro just passed a delegated it somehow, or the system does that the state police were, involved in bringing this to him. But, praise God, she was very strong. And
Mm-hmm.
I just feel this is a thank you, Lord, if they were able to get over a hurdle with a man, to me, who's Shapiro, who's so pro-abortion, he wants us to buy people killing their babies.
Yeah.
To me, that's your personal choice if you do that. And I don't agree with any of it, but when you put it on me, I don't have a choice anymore, to pay for it. So, I mean, anything they could do to overcome this House Democrat um, majority, I'm just concerned, and I don't want to get upset or anything, that, can we win and not lose our state house even more, like not be
Mm-hmm.
overcome by more people that have the same mentality that, at the Democrat level, who don't really care. They just the last thing I got was something about some of this stuff gets so complex. I mean, they want to. They I'm not even going to explain it because I'd have to read it to you, and I'm
Okay.
not going to get confused.
All
We're not going to go down the confusion road, right, Russ?
right. Right. So, all right.
Amen.
Okay, Regina.
Hey, thanks so much
Thanks
for
for
the
your call.
time. I've
Yep.
miss hearing you, but I'm glad that you're there and you're keeping the lights on.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks, Virginia. Have a
See you
great day.
soon.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Hey, both lines are open 724 438 4593. And we'll be right back after this.
Hey, you looking for a quality pre-owned vehicle? Well, look no more, because with over 200 vehicles, Gary's Auto Sales is the largest used car dealer in the area. Whether you want a car, a truck, or an SUV, you'll absolutely find what you're looking for at Gary's. Gary's has been in business since 1974. You can visit them online at Gary'sAutoSales.com, or you can give them a call at 724-626-8080. Gary's Auto Sales. Many miles, many smiles.
Bright Stripe, Fayette County's premier asphalt seal coating professionals. Locally owned by Matt and Lexi George. Bright Stripe specializes in residential and commercial asphalt seal coating, also excelling in line striping and layouts, thermoplastic, and infrared asphalt repair. Bright Stripe has succeeded due to their commitment to quality work for 30 years. Bright Stripe, 724-437-6090, or visit bright-stripe.com. BRITE-stripe.com.
Wind, hail, sudden leaks. When your roof takes a beating, we're here for you at AR Roofing and Remodeling. We're a locally and veteran-owned contractor, available 24/7 for repairs. As an Owens Corning Platinum Preferred Contractor, we get the job done right. Call 724-550-3064 or visit arremodels.com for your free estimate.
It's Somerset Trust Day and Fayette County Food Bank Day at the 2026 Fayette County Fair. Bring 3 or more canned food items and receive free admission until 2 p.m. while helping families in our community. The fairgrounds open at 10 a.m. with early bird admission just $17 until 4 p.m. or enjoy all the fun for only $20 at the gate. One ticket gets you exciting carnival rides, family entertainment, exhibits, livestock shows, and all your favorite fair foods. Today's schedule includes the 4-H and open dairy cattle judging throughout the morning. The carnival midway opens at 3 p.m., followed by the always popular diaper derby at 5:30. Then at 7 p.m., head to the Builder First Source Arena for the FCF Garden Tractor and Deadweight Tractor Pull, or enjoy live music from Variety Pack, beginning at 8:30 on the local band stage. For tickets, schedules, and more, visit FayetteFair.com.
Are you looking to list or sell your house? Now is the time to let the professionals at Caldwell Banker Laurel Ridge Realty help you with all of your real estate needs. Caldwell Banker Laurel Ridge Realty has 2 convenient locations to better serve you. In Uniontown area, 724-437-7100, or in Connellsville area, 724-628-7200, and speak with one of our real estate professionals. Visit our website, caldwellbanker.com. We've been proudly serving Western Pennsylvania area for over 30 years and look forward to helping you with all of your real estate needs. Broker Paul Borge Jr.
If it's time for a change of decor at your home, let the trained staff at Chesler's Fine Furniture work your magic. The August store-wide furniture clearance is going on now. There are no gimmicks involved, just great value and old-fashioned service. Chesler's offers the finest in name-brand furnishings by famous makers, plus accent pieces and wall decor that will underline your unique sense of style. You'll find items such as genuine Lazy Boy rocker recliners for $429, 5-piece dining room sets starting at $599. For the family room, there are reclining sofas from $799 and up, with matching reclining love seats and recliners. For the formal living room, there are sofas starting at $499. Don't forget the bedding department, all mattress sets reduced. Every piece of bedroom furniture, every piece of living room furniture and dining room furniture, and every piece of furniture at Chesler's will be discounted.
Welcome back to What's on Your Mind. I'm Russ Rhodes, your host. Open conversation, 724-438-4593. Give me a buzz. Love to hear from you. Whatever it might be, it doesn't have to be one of my topics. It can be one of yours. So either way, give me a buzz, 724-438-4593. So the Senate down in Washington, they'll be looking to confirm Todd Blanche as the new Attorney general, because, well, you know what? Guess what? Come September, they'll be taking a recess. They'll be gone for about a month. So I know I know they've got stuff they want to get done. They still want to hopefully pass the Save America Act that has to deal with voter registration, voter ID. So don't know if that's ever going to change. So they're still making a push for that to hopefully get it enacted prior to the general elections here in November. So I don't know if that's going to take place or not. So speaking of ID, though, so Mayor Zohan Mondani in New York, you know, he's got these government-run supermarkets that he wants to put in place where he says 30% savings over standard pricing. So in a press conference the other day, he was asked about, well, how are you going to control somebody coming from a corner bodega and buying product from these city-run stores for the purpose of reselling them at a higher price in their corner store, therefore increasing their profit margin. And he kind of punted. He handed the question off to another person in his administration who said, well, we're talking about having like a library card system, i.e. identification. You're going to have to show identification to buy in these stores. So yeah, there's no problem with that. No problem having ID so that you don't buy too much and, you know, you're not a reseller, you're an actual user. You know, we only want those that are eligible to buy the food in the grocery store. We only want those people here. We don't want people that aren't eligible to buy. So we're going to have an ID system of some kind. What's it? Doesn't that sound like voting? We only want people that are eligible to vote. We don't want, if you're not eligible, if you're not, you know, a U.S. citizen, you can't vote. If you're not a U.S. citizen, you can't buy the food either. Same thing. So, and they don't see a problem with that. Can't make this up. You can't. You really can't. So, so we'll see how that carries out in New York. I want to see how New York thinks they're going to do it better than Kansas City or Chicago, who both cities lost millions of dollars in trying to operate their own city-run grocery stores. And the losses, well, it came out of taxpayer money then. So I want to see how New York thinks they're going to do it better. I do. I did not realize this. Public transportation, the trains in New York at one point were privately owned, and then it went over to the city. And just the expense, the amount of money spent between privately run and being run by a government agency is just staggering. Staggering. Okay. We're just about out of time this hour. So, but don't worry, we have another hour of conversation ahead of us after the news is all over with. So we're going to get ready here for Fox News to come on the air to give you the news from around the country and around the world. And then TJ, he'll be here with the local news, sports, and weather. When that's all said and done, I'll be back for hour 2 of What's on Your Mind. Same number, 724-438-4593. This is WMBS Uniontown, 2 o'clock.
The acting attorney general is stepped closer to confirmation. I'm Jack Callahan, Fox News. The Senate Judiciary Committee voting today to send Todd Blanche's nomination to the Senate floor. The committee votes 10-12, right down party lines.
Committee Chair, Republican Chuck Grassley.
I'm not only voting to advance Todd Blanche's nomination, I'm voting for the safety of the American people.
Ranking Member, Democrat Dick Durbin.
Mr. Blanche continues to operate as the president's personal lawyer, treating the Justice Department like a law firm serving one client.
The vote followed a breakthrough with holdout Republicans, Senators John Cornyn and Tom Tillis, over now settled concerns of an anti-weaponization fund tied to President Trump's IRS lawsuit settlement.
Fox's Jeff Manasso, the full Senate vote expected later this week. The Justice Department's healthcare fraud task force has charged 19 people with cheating Pennsylvania's Medicaid system out of more than $4 million.
In one case, we charged 2 home health aides and 2 purported patients with causing over $400,000 in false claims to Medicaid for services the aides supposedly performed when, get this, they were actually hospitalized, working at other jobs, and even in jail.
Assistant Attorney General Colin McDonald. Iran's foreign ministry says talks with Oman on opening the Strait of Hormuz are making progress on technical and political issues. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent saying earlier today an agreement could come within days. That's pushed crude oil prices lower again, below $76 a barrel. The pump price for a gallon of gas has ticked down slightly. Wall Street is blazing new records again today. The Dow Jones Industrial Average is now up more than 1,000 points, cresting the 54,000 level for the first time ever. NASDAQ is ahead by more than 660 points. The S&P 500 up 140. America's listening to Fox News.
When you want the best in town, go to the best in town. Voted best in Fayette for tires and auto repairs, Tireman's Auto Garage doesn't just fix cars, they keep Fayette moving. From brakes, rotors, and oil changes to alignments, state inspections, and quality new or used tires, they do it all, and they do it right the first time. Need tires? Tireman's Auto Garage has them. Need repairs? They handle it. Need it done by people you trust? That's Tireman's. Tireman's is also your go-to spot for golf carts and golf cart accessories. Whether you're looking for a full cart or lift kits, wheels and tires, headlight and taillight kits, they have everything you need. Worried about a tight budget? Don't be. With Acima and Snap Leasing, stress-free financing is always available. So when it comes to car repairs, tires, and golf carts, see Kim and Joe at Tireman's Auto Garage at 9 Mill Street in Uniontown. The best in Fayette for tires and auto service.
The Los Angeles Fire Department says it has identified the cause of last year's deadly Eaton fire, saying Southern California Edison equipment sparked it. That fire killed 19 people. A suspect has now been charged with starting the fire that's destroyed hundreds of homes in Spokane, Washington.
He's 37-year-old Aaron Farinacci. He's a Spokane resident and now charged with first-degree arson. He's being held in the Spokane County Jail on a $1 million bond. The sheriff confirming he has a dangerous criminal background.
Mr. Farinacci is a convicted felon out of the state of Arizona. He has a felony conviction for manslaughter.
Investigators arrested him Monday afternoon after serving a warrant at Farinacci's house. They found a lighter and waterproof matches while detaining and searching him.
Fox's Sarah Allegre. Among the 5 states holding primaries today, Michigan's Democrat Senate race getting the most attention.
Haley Stevens' campaign says she needs to do well here in Detroit if she's going to have any chance at winning this race. But Abdul El Sayed is feeling really confident about his chances. Today will also give us a sense of how a lot of these ideas are playing with swing state voters in the Midwest. Here's a taste of what some of those voters are saying.
I voted for Abdul El Sayed. I really believe that our country needs a non-establishment type of person at this stage.
Gives me a lot of anxiety because I know Haley is the person for this job.
That anxiety over this race is shared by Democratic Party officials who will learn a lot from today's results about where the party's base is going into November and beyond.
Fox's Garrett Tenney, the Democrat primary winner, will face former GOP Congressman Mike Rogers in November. The Federal Appeals Court has today ruled the Trump administration wrongly terminated a multi-billion-dollar program to boost clean energy projects. Appeal likely. I'm Jack Callahan. This is Fox News.
Now the local, district, and statewide news. Being brought to you by Fayette Heating and Air Conditioning, your Bryant Dieter, keeping you warm and cozy in winter and cool and comfortable in summer with a quality Bryant gas furnace or air conditioning system. And now the news.
Good afternoon. It's 2:05, mostly sunny and 86 outside of our Davis & Davis Attorneys at Law Studios. Fayette County's personal injury attorneys since 1976. Your local station, 590 AM, 101.1 FM, WMBS. I'm TJ DeStefano. We'll check sports and weather after the news. Fayette County Fair continuing today at the fairgrounds in Dunbar. It's open until 10:30, and the carnival rides will run from 3 to 11. Today's highlights include the Diaper Derby at 5:30, the America 250 flag demonstration at 6. There'll be garden and deadweight tractor pull at 7, and Variety Pack will perform at 8:30 tonight. For more information, visit FayetteFair.com. Reminder that tomorrow is WMBS Day at the fair, and the fair will go through Saturday. A man was arrested after pointing a shotgun at teenagers whom he accused of speeding past his home in Canton Township, Washington County. Investigators say 49-year-old Kelly McClelland blocked the teen's pickup truck with his car, drew a shotgun as they tried to back away, and crashed into a concrete wall, then chased them into a nearby funeral home parking lot. No shots were fired and no injuries were reported, but police took McClelland into custody at the scene, and the investigation remains active. The Pennsylvania Republican Party reported that the gap in active registered voters between Republicans and Democrats has narrowed to 25,811. That's down from nearly 100,000 early last year. GOP officials attribute the gain to targeted registration efforts and shifting political dynamics that may be alienating moderate Democrats. However, overall state records show Democrats still hold a larger total registration advantage, outnumbering Republicans by roughly 206,000 when including inactive voters. And Democratic leaders point to strong primary turnout as evidence of high voter motivation. President Trump says ExxonMobil and Chevron are making too much money. Here's Mark Mayfield with more.
Speaking in the Oval Office Monday, Trump said the country's two largest oil companies were taking in too much money based on a shortage, and that they ought to give some of that windfall back to the public. The president said he's a big free enterprise guy, but he's not happy about the situation. The oil industry argues current profits are based on global supply and demand. The American Petroleum Institute also cites uncertainty over the Strait of Hormuz, the critical oil trade route that's been choked to a trickle by the Iran war. I'm Mark Mayfield.
WMBS time is 2:08. We'll check sports and weather after this.
439-2323. For 24-hour emergency service, call us when you need. We're Fayette's Heating and Air Conditioning, your service company.
When it's sweltering outside, you'll be cool inside with central air conditioning from Bryant, the people that know cool. And it's easy to have a central air conditioning system installed in your home. Simply call on your Bryant dealer, Fayette Heating and Air Conditioning, located near the Laurel Mall on Route 119, north of Uniontown. The phone number is 439-2323. Let Fayette Heating and Air Conditioning rescue you from the sticky, humid summer weather. Remember that number for Fayette Heating and Air Conditioning, your Bryant dealer, 439-2323.
Call Fayette Heating and Air Conditioning, 439-2323, 439-2323, 439-2323.
In sports, the Pirates in Milwaukee tonight for Game 2 of the series. They took Game 1 4-3 last night. Jared Jones will be on the hill tonight for the Bucks, who are right at 500 at 57-57. We'll have the game on WMBS. The pregame will be at 7:15 with the first pitch at 7:40. Steelers wrapped up training camp at St. Vincent College in Latrobe. They'll be back on the practice field Thursday morning at 11 a.m. And staying with the NFL, the preseason will start on Thursday night, the Hall of Fame game in Canton, Ohio, Arizona, and Carolina. And we'll have the game on WMBS. It kicks off at 8 o'clock on Thursday night.
The local, district, and statewide news has been brought to you by Fayette Heating and Air Conditioning, your Bryant dealer. Route 119 north of Uniontown, located near Laurel Mall. Phone 439-2323.
This Weather Watch is brought to you by Clayton Homes of Bell Vernon. Is it time to find a home that fits your lifestyle? Visit Clayton Homes of Bell Vernon. You'll find special savings along with beautiful, energy-efficient homes packed with features you've been dreaming about at Clayton Homes of Bell Vernon, 4500 PA 51.
Mostly sunny the rest of the afternoon, 87. Partly cloudy, 66 tonight. Partly cloudy tomorrow. We could see an isolated shower or storm mainly in the afternoon, 87. Right now, mostly sunny, still 86 outside of our Davis & Davis Attorneys at Law Studios at 2:10 on this Tuesday. I'm TJ DeStefano, and we have hour 2 of What's on Your Mind with Russ Rhodes coming up next here on WMBS.
This Weather Watch was brought to you by Clayton Homes of Bell Vernon. Is it time to find a home that fits your lifestyle? Visit Clayton Homes of Bell Vernon. You'll find special savings along with beautiful, energy-efficient homes packed with features you've been dreaming about at Clayton Homes of Bell Vernon, 4500 PA 51.
Centerville Clinics has been a part of Connellsville for the past quarter century with its Connellsville Medical and Dental Office. As part of celebrating 25 years in the neighborhood, they're hosting a Community Day on Wednesday, August 5th from 1 to 4 p.m. at their location on 601 South Arch Street in Connellsville. Stop by and meet their providers, get a free blood pressure screening, and visit their podiatrist and dentist. See how Centerville Clinics can help you at their Community Day in Connellsville, Wednesday from 1 to 4 p.m. They'll see you there.
Wind, hail, sudden leaks. When your roof takes a beating, we're here for you at AR Roofing and Remodeling. We're a locally and veteran-owned contractor available 24/7 for repairs. As an Owens Corning Platinum Preferred Contractor, we get the job done right. Call 724-550-3064 or visit arremodels.com for your free estimate.
AR Roofing, never settle.
Are you looking to list or sell your house? Now is the time to let the professionals at Caldwell Banker Laurel Ridge Realty help you with all of your real estate needs. Caldwell Banker Laurel Ridge Realty has 2 convenient locations to better serve you. In Uniontown area, 724-437-7100, or in Connellsville area, 724-628-7200, and speak with one of our real estate professionals. Visit our website, caldwellbanker.com. We have been proudly serving Western Pennsylvania area for over 30 years and look forward to helping you with all of your real estate needs. Broker Paul Borge Jr.
Are you considering a project design and don't know where to start? K2 Engineering offers a wide range of professional civil, architectural, and municipal services to meet your individual project needs. Our versatility, combined with our personalized approach, is what sets us apart as a full-service engineering and consultation firm. To learn more about our services, please visit us on the web at www.k2engineering.net. K2 Engineering, where customer service is our priority.
Look, we know you're going to the Fayette County Fair for the food and the fun. Well, why not make some money while you're there? Interested? Well, then visit the Rock Creek Resources information booth to learn more about opportunities to sell your oil and gas rights. Focusing on the southwest and western townships of Fayette County, Rock Creek will review your property and determine a fair price for you. Stop by the Rock Creek Resources booth at the fair today. Or, if you prefer, visit rockcreekresourcesco.com.
Hello, Uniontown and Fayette County. This is Attorney Vince Quattrini of the Quattrini Law Group. Be sure to tune in at 11:25, the first and third Mondays of each month on this station. The Quattrini Law Group attorneys will be providing guidance on what to do when you're injured at work or in a motor vehicle accident. We'll also share tips when applying for Social Security disability benefits, when appealing a veteran service-connected disability claim. We do it every day, all day. You can also set up an appointment in our Uniontown or Somerset office. The consultation's free. Call Quattrini Law Group today at 724-439-8300 or Google Quattrini Law Group. That's 724-439-8300. Have a great day.
Your local station, WMBS.
The views and opinions presented by the host, guests, or callers on this program do not necessarily represent the positions of WMBS Radio.
Welcome back to Hour 2 of What's on Your Mind. I'm Russ Rhodes, your host. We're going to continue with open conversation this hour, 724-438-4593. What's on Your Mind brought to you by Gary's Auto Sales, Hicks and Baugh's Drugstore, Coldwell Banker, Laurel Ridge Realty, K2 Engineering, Madewell Services, full lawn care and cleaning services, Bright Stripe Seal Coating and Line Striping, AR Roofing and Remodeling. All righty, let's just kind of go back over our my talking points from the first hour. Again, they're mine. If there's something else you want to talk about, by all means, give me a buzz. Steeler quarterback Aaron Rodgers has made the news. Excuse me. He was on with Pat McAfee of ESPN yesterday from Steeler training camp. And Pat McAfee asked Aaron Rodgers a question concerning, it's his last year. Does this make things a little more special and blah, blah, blah. And Aaron Rodgers, and I think probably starting out to have a little fun, he says, I'm taking the fifth on that. Which then led to Aaron Rodgers commenting on Dr. Anthony Fauci and his testimony before Congress last week, or I should say lack of testimony before Congress. So the Steelers have released a statement concerning all that, saying, hey, basically this was our players are allowed to have their own opinions. So the Steelers, it's okay. They're not going to do anything about it. There are, people online, though, in both directions, calling out Aaron Rodgers for bringing it up and going against, yelling at him for not getting the vaccine and all these other things that, went against the COVID narrative, and then others praising him for, bringing it forward. So where I'm going with all this is the question, normally I don't care about what celebrities have to say, and I think you got to put Aaron Rodgers in that category. The thing that makes it different right now is the fact that he's the Pittsburgh Steelers starting quarterback. And football camp has just started. Everybody's high expectations for the year and everything. And he comes out and says all this. Does that make a difference here? Do you wish he'd have just shut up and go about playing football and getting ready for the 2027 or 2026 season? Or, good for him. So let me know your thoughts on that. Let me see. Michigan primary is taking place today. Missouri's also have primaries going on, but up in Michigan, on the Democratic side for Senate, State Rep Haley Stevens, who's backed by the Democrat Party in this race, is going up against Abdul El Sayed, who is backed by the Democratic Socialists of America. So it'll be interesting to see how this all plays out. Down in Missouri, Cori Bush, who lost her seat in Congress 2 years ago, is running against the gentleman that beat her and hoping that she gets her seat back. She, too, is endorsed by the DSA. So we'll see. And by the way, a very vocal critic of President Trump. Speaking of President Trump, he won a bit of a victory yesterday when U.S. District Judge May DiAgostino of the Northern District of New York ruled against parts of legislation that New York legislation that was requiring ICE agents, immigration agents to not have masks, can't wear masks, and to have identification shown on their uniforms. So the judge issued an injunction against that. Out in Washington, several forest fires are taking place out there, and the smoke from those fires are making their way across country. So there are some maps you can see the where things stand as far as that. Not nearly as bad as what came down from Canada a couple weeks ago, but smoke heading this way. Anyway, police have made an arrest in one of the fires, charging Aaron Farinacci with first-degree arson. He's in jail on $1 million bond on that. Acting Attorney General Todd Blanche, in a vote of 12 to 10 by the Judiciary Committee, has been recommended to the entire Senate for confirmation. When that vote takes place, do not know, and whether he passes that confirmation vote is still a little bit up in a question mark. Let's see here. Do you like Thanksgiving? You know, do you look forward to Thanksgiving every year? Well, if Francesca Hong has her way, Thanksgiving will be done away with, be canceled. Francesca Hung is leading in the polls in Wisconsin for the Democrat nomination for Wisconsin. So we'll see how all that plays out, and if statements by her wanting to cancel Thanksgiving come back to harm her campaign. Padded bras are in the news. Women's Tour de France is underway, and there's concern of padded bras being worn by the women in the race to gain an aerodynamic advantage. Bert Blocken, a professor of aerodynamics at, Hillwatt University in Scotland, says that there is an advantage, an aerodynamic advantage by reducing drag through chest fairing, rounding the body, so to speak. So regulations for international bicycle races state that no clothing shall be worn that changes the body's shape. So there is that. Also mentioned on this date in 2015, Miss Piggy and Kermit the Frog announced that their relationship was ending. And also, 236 years ago, the Revenue Cutter Service was formed. It's now the U.S. Coast Guard. So when Congress authorized the construction of 10 cutters to enforce traffic and trade laws. So happy birthday to the U.S. Coast Guard. Pirates beat the Brewers yesterday 4-3 in the first of a 4-game series. They play again tonight on WMBS, 7:15 pregame, 7:40 first pitch. 724-438-4593. Let's get back to our first call of hour 2. Hello, and welcome to What's on Your Mind.
Hello, Russ. Thanks for taking my call.
Hey, Jake, how you doing?
Happy to be here. I only heard snippets of the Aaron Rodgers comments, and the way I'm taking this one is it's not political. He didn't say, oh, Fauci was this, and Biden locked us down, and Trump, whatever. Somebody wanted to do that. I'm taking it as I'm just standing out here, and this guy lied to the American people and backed rules to shut things down, like people being in football games. Like maybe you having a job or not. The biggest one for me is that Damar Hamlin having a heart event on the field, and I'm like, people. He's an uber athlete. He's an alpha male at the peak of his athleticism, and he just falls over with a heart attack. And then you don't say, oh, well, when he was born, he had a hole in his heart, and Dr. Ben Carson successfully fixed it, and whatever. But that maybe came back. Nobody ever said that. We were just like, oh, no, he had a heart attack. 25-year-old super athlete just happens to have a heart attack. Really? If he wasn't smoking crack at the time, I think you're all lying to me again. So I'm just taking it as Aaron Rodgers. I don't know if he has kids like I do, and we're affected by the lockdowns and the, hey, you're going to learn like this and remote learning and blah blah blah, and just all the mess. I don't see that as political when you turn it to, I don't know, one of those basketball coaches, and they're standing up for the border because we're on stolen land. You know what, buddy? We paid for the land, and we took it over by force as well. You know what? It's our place. It's been our place for a long time. If you want to give your part back, go ahead. I think they're political. I think Colin Kaepernick with the police officers depicted as pigs on his socks is political. I haven't heard anything myself from this that I see as political. And I take it as like somebody says, well, that Epstein was a bad guy. Yes, okay, yeah, he was. There's no left, right, there's no anything. I saw what I thought to be very humorous clip of Charles Barkley and Shaquille O'Neal on a basketball talk show. And there's a third guy, and he's at the chalkboard saying, well, look, if LeBron does this and he passes the ball over here doing the X's and O's, and one of Shaq or Barkley says something about, well, if they were Jussie Smollett, something else would happen. And every time the guy with the chalkboard would get them under control, they would act a fool and say something stupid and funny about Jussie Smollett because it was a big made-up sham, and we all knew it was, right? Well, anybody who wanted to pay attention, and that's the way I'm taking it. That what they were doing there were sports guys, not being political, just saying this is ridiculous, and that's what I'm taking Aaron Rodgers as.
Okay.
He's just saying this guy lied and it's ridiculous. What is your take on that, Russ?
I think I think what he was trying to make, and I brought this kind of up in the first hour. He was going after Anthony Fauci for being a coward, but he also went after the media on this, and I think that was the main part of his media. He says, here it is. He gets grilled every week in the media during football season for his performance. Why'd you throw that pass when you did, or why'd you do this? And he gets grilled all week long. And here it was, bringing to the fact, talking about Anthony Fauci taking the fifth over 100 times, and mainstream media didn't cover it. You barely saw a blurb of it on mainstream media.
Correct.
And so he's calling out I think he's calling out mainstream media more than he is really, any political position, although calling out mainstream media could be considered.
Nice.
Nice
job. Nice job.
Yeah.
Nice job at that. Yes.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
So.
And he went after me. But again, from what I heard, the media and Fauci. And I know what you just said is correct because the mainstream media is what it is. But I'm still sticking with not political.
All right.
He could have certainly said, "Hey, I live here and this happened," right? Where in other places it didn't happen, right? He certainly could have went political. And I just I thank him for not doing it because it wasn't necessary. You're pointing out the facts which nobody else is talking about, and I'm glad that we're talking for whatever reason we're talking about it. I'm glad that we're talking about it because maybe somebody misconstrued what the diary was about and thinks we broke into Fauci's nightstand and stole it. Nah, this is the stuff he wrote on a government-owned computer, and here it is. Do you believe what he said, or do you believe what he wrote in private?
Yeah, where this is my own take. It takes a little more thought to write down in a journal than it does to speak. I don't know if that makes sense. You sit down, and so you're purposely going to put something pen to paper, and you got to think about what it is you're going to say. Sometimes when you speak, it's off the cuff, and it comes out not the way you intended it to be. So, I'm going to take the written word more as the truth a lot than I am the spoken word.
And when you're doing that, you're saying that to yourself. You're saying a different thing when you're speaking to other people, right? And here's a little line that I didn't make up, but I heard a long time ago. A goal is just a dream until you write it down. Again, going to your point of the written word, writing it down, taking the time and put pen to paper.
Maybe that's my problem. I keep saying I want the new Corvette. I've never actually written that down. Maybe that's my problem.
And congratulations to my brother because he just went down to Kentucky and drove one away from the factory. Maybe he wrote it down, Russ.
Maybe he did.
But he drove one home. Congratulations.
Yes.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Hey, Jake, thanks for your call. I appreciate it. Bye-bye. Hey, we got to take a quick little break. So the caller that's working your way through the system now, you're going to be first up right after this.
If you are looking for a trusted local law firm with a strong commitment to their clients, look no further than Zebley Law Offices. Attorney Zebley has been practicing law in Fayette County for more than 4 decades. Although specializing in bankruptcy, Zebley also handles real estate matters, civil suits, collections, wills, powers of attorney, and more. If you need legal help, go with a name you recognize and trust. Call Zebley Law Offices today at 724-439-9200.
You can go to Big Box Medical Office.
Now serving number 3,943.
Or
hi, come on in. How are you?
For personal, professional health care you can trust, see Dr. Paul Hardley and nurse practitioners Tara Bozak, Jessica Reckhart, and Stacy Morris, proudly serving our community for over 30 years. Need care today? Walk-ins are always welcome. For your primary care, call Dr. Paul Hartley at 724-437-1109 or visit ppcp.org.
Or serving number 3,944.
Warm weather means you'll be spending more time outside. So enjoy your deck or patio with retractable or fixed awnings from Lifetime Awnings. Made in the USA with manufacturer and customers guarantees, Lifetime Awnings products last.
Lifetime Awnings is veteran-owned and operated with a 10% discount to all military veterans and their families. Call Lifetime Awnings 724-554-6067 or email John, the owner, at lifetimeawningsusa@gmail.com.
Bad hair day? Bad day at the office? Bad day behind the wheel? Hey, stuff happens, even to the best of us. At least your car insurance rate doesn't have to take a hit. Get Erie Rate Lock from Erie Insurance. Gives you a great rate that stays put until you change a car, driver, or your address. Plus, seriously good service. Now that's something to smile about.
Your Erie agent in Uniontown and Ross Traver Township is Sproul's Insurance Group, 724-437-9812, or go to sproulsinsurance.com.
Erie Rate Lock does not guarantee continued insurance coverage and is not available in all states.
Wow, your dog looks beautiful. We went to Mutt's on Market Street, the dog grooming salon in downtown Brownsville. Samantha has over 10 years dog grooming experience. They work with any dog, any breed, any size. Didn't it cost a fortune? No, the prices are great. They offer a full line of grooming and other services.
Mutt's on Market Street, now in the new location, 15 Bridge Boulevard in Brownsville at the old Dukeman's Beer Distributor. Same great service for dogs and cats at the same great prices. Mutt's on Market Street, now in the old Dukeman's in Brownsville. For more information, visit Mutt's on Market Street on Facebook.
Everyone, this is Kelly Clark with Autoland Hyundai in downtown Uniontown. 724-208-5281. What makes buying your next vehicle for me worthwhile? I make it a very easy 5-step process. You look, you shop, you ask, you decide. And I listen. Kelly Clark, Autoland Hyundai. 724-208-5281. 724-208-5281. Kelly Clark, Autoland Hyundai. I'll make you a good deal.
Having Hicks & Baugh's drugstore in Uniontown means reliable, quality, and friendly service. Pharmacists Stephen Harper and Seth Miller are ready to answer your health questions and handle all your prescriptions. They offer free delivery, mail-out service, and accept all utility payments, all part of their good neighbor way of doing business. Visit Hicks & Baugh's at 304 Morgantown Street in Uniontown or call 724-437-2828. Open Monday to Friday, 9 to 6, and Saturday until 3.
Welcome back to What's on Your Mind. I'm Russ Rhodes, your host. It is Open Conversation, 724-438-4593. Before I get back to the phone, so there's big controversy going on in the WNBA right now about men, biological men playing in women's sports. So Clay Travis, who has a podcast, Outkick, it's very successful. And he's very successful himself. He has challenged the WNBA's Las Vegas Aces. They were last year's champion. He has challenged them to take on a high school boys championship basketball team, a team of his choice from the 50 states. He's challenged the Las Vegas Aces, a professional women's team, to take on a boys high school team. And if they can beat this boys basketball team, he will pay them $10 million. So the operating expenses, from what I understand, for the Las Vegas Aces is roughly, well, $33 million a year. So essentially, he's going to take care of a third of their expenses if they can beat the high school boys basketball team. Last I knew, the Las Vegas Aces have not responded to this challenge. So, hey, I lost my phone caller, so both lines are open. Give me a call back. Be happy to chat with you. 724-438-4593, or if you want to give me a buzz, you can call me as well. Same number on that. Let's see here. Just a reminder, Pirate baseball tonight, 7:15 pregame, 7:40 first pitch. Also have the Fayette County Fairs going on, so you can head on out to the fairgrounds anytime today, tonight, and partake in the festivities. Or if you're just going to go out there one time, well, you can do it tomorrow and come on out to the fair where it's WMBS Day. We'll be on the air from the fair from 10 to 6 p.m., which means we'll be doing What's on Your Mind from the fair as well. So come on out, take in the festivities, enjoy the fun and the fresh air, and well, all the other smells that go along with the county fair. I know I'm looking forward to it, and I'm looking forward to meeting with you as well. So 724-438-4593. I mentioned this in the first hour, and I think TJ brought it up again on the news. Republicans in the voter registration for Republicans has narrowed the gap with Democrats in the state. The Democrats still lead in total registrations, 206,430, by 206,430 registered voters. But another stat that Republicans are also touting is they have really narrowed the gap on active voters. And so they refer to as an active voter that has not missed 2 consecutive voting periods. So that gap has dwindled to 25,811. And with roughly, I think it was 130,000 independent voters in the state, that certainly makes Pennsylvania an in-play state and crucial to anybody's campaigning plans moving forward. So just wanted to pass that on to you as well. What else you want to chat about? I had also mentioned this day in history. Dom Perignon, the famous champagne, was invented all the way back in 1693. So over 400. No, I'm sorry. I'm getting ahead of myself here. So about 325 years ago, right? Something like that. 340 years. I haven't done my math that well. Just kind of going off the top of my head. So I'm trying to remember if I've actually had any Dom Perignon. And I honestly can't answer that. I don't know. I don't know. Probably not, but you never know. And, of course, the Saturday Evening Post was first published in 1821 on this date. So I remember seeing covers of the Saturday Evening Post. But my memory, I don't know if my memory is seeing the actual magazine or just pictures of the magazine. I know it was, Norman Rockwell with his paintings, his drawings graced the cover of a lot of the Saturday Evening Post at one time. And it was a weekly publication, and then it started dwindling, and they cut back, and then it was gone altogether, and it came back some time ago in, again, a lesser, publication cycle. But I don't know if I've actually ever, and I don't think I have looked through an actual Saturday Evening Post magazine. I know years ago, my wife and I, we bought a table coffee book that showed all the covers of the Saturday Evening Post. We bought that as a gift for somebody. And I can remember looking through that before it got wrapped up and given to the recipient. But beyond that, I don't think I. So if you've had, what was the Saturday Evening Post like? What were the articles about? And I know there's plenty of you out there that read the Saturday Evening Post. So I'm curious. I don't know what its content was. You know, Sports Illustrated, okay, it's sports. Saturday Evening Post, I don't know. Time Magazine, okay, it's news articles from around the world and on different topics, and you know, whether it was political or on droughts or whatever, you know, the space race, whatever it was. But Saturday Evening Post, I don't know what it was geared towards. So call me on that, would you please? I want to know. I want to know. So there's some other things we can chat about. I did mention the Pirates playing again tonight. They did win last night over the Brewers 4-3. They're the division-leading Brewers. And the Pirates did make some moves at the trading deadline to bolster their bullpen. We'll see how that plays out. They're sitting back in the wild card chase. They got to overcome 3 teams to make the wild card playoff game. So plenty of time to do that. And if they get some of their injured players back, they just might be able to make a run for it. So, but we'll have to see. But for them to do that, these trades for the bullpen that they made, they're going to have to pay dividends for them to make the playoffs, I think. So we can also talk Steeler playoffs or Steeler training camp. Give us a call about that. All right. Again, more politics if you want to talk about. We've got the midterms coming up, not just down in Washington, but Harrisburg. We've got elections going. We've got the governorships up for re-election as well this cycle. So whatever you want to chat about, call me, 724-438-4593. Excuse me. So speaking of football, one thing we haven't talked about, because it's NFL right now, we've got till later this month probably when college football camps will open up. So Penn State with a new head coach. How are they going to fare? WVU, year 2 of, I think Rich Rodriguez is the coach back there again. So how's WVU going to do? How's Pitt going to do? How's the college season shaping up? Is the Indiana Hoosiers, are they going to be put into a position to defend their national championship from last season? So we've got that we can chat about as well. Hello, welcome to What's on Your Mind.
Good afternoon, Russ. It's Jesse.
Hey, Jesse, how you doing?
Okay. Hey, Russ. Enough with the politics. I got another story here.
Okay.
Hey, I was talking to your replacement, George Rattay, that did your show while you was off.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
Hey, he does good shows when he leaves the politics out.
There you go.
He did great. He did great.
Good.
But it's a story that he told me to follow up on. This when I was a teenager, I was at Forbes Field.
Okay.
And this was like at batting practice, Russ. And I took my camera and I tried to get closer to the Pirate dugout and see if I could get somebody's picture. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I had an old-fashioned camera, black and white. All right.
Okay, an old Kodak camera, probably,
an
right?
Old Kodak, black and white one, yeah.
Yeah.
And while I was standing there waiting for somebody to come out, here comes Roberto Clemente popping out of the dugout and sat right on a corner, and I snapped a picture of him. Okay.
Okay.
Years later, I was going through pictures, and I found a lot of those pictures I took at Forbes Field that day, and they were all faded. And I found the one where Roberto Clemente was on. It was all faded. You couldn't even see anything, really. So I took the negative down to McGarvey's on Church Street.
Yeah.
And he did a fabulous job of bringing that image back. I got 2 5x7s and an 8x10.
Nice.
So Yeah, but anyway, they're beautiful. He did a fantastic job.
Uh-huh.
But anyway, my cousin, I gave him one of those copies of a 5x7. He took it to the Roberto Clemente Museum to let them look at it, okay?
Uh-huh.
So they looked at it and they said, oh, my goodness, they got to have this. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And they wanted it. They really wanted that. And so he came up here the other day. I gave him the 8x10 to take down there and the negative, and I said, if they want the original picture, they can have it. If they want to run copies off the negative, if they got the equipment to do it, because the negative's 60 years old.
Right, yeah.
So anyway, so the picture that I took as a teenager is going to end up in a Roberto Clemente museum.
Nice. Well, I hope they give you credit for it.
Well, yeah, I got my name on it, yeah.
Yeah.
Taken by,
Sure.
But anyway, yeah. But they're going to hang it on a wall down there, as far as I know.
Nice. Now, where is the Roberto Clemente Museum down in Puerto Rico?
No,
I don't know.
It's
I'm
in
asking.
Hey, Russ, it's in Lawrenceville.
Is it really? I didn't know that.
It's in Lawrenceville. It's been there for a few years now.
Okay, I did not know that.
And it's at the old fire station building. Okay.
Uh-huh.
In Lawrenceville. And the admission fee is $21.
Okay.
Is that a genius who ever thought of that?
Yes,
That's great,
indeed.
isn't it?
Yeah.
$21 admission fee.
Yep.
But yeah, who would have thought that picture that I took as a teenager would end up in the museum?
Yeah.
Isn't that amazing?
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, I told that to George on his show while he was off. But anyway, but that's where it is. It's down there.
Okay.
But I thought that was fantastic. And you got time for another little story about the same thing?
Yeah. Yep. A few minutes.
Okay, here's a little story. It just happened about a day ago. I had an order delivered, okay? A grocery order delivered to my house, okay? So the guy delivering, I says, he had like an accent. I says, hey, where are you from? He says, Puerto Rico. I said, hey, I've been waiting for somebody from Puerto Rico. You know what I mean? He thought I was nuts. And I says, you just wait right here. I went in the house and got another copy that I had, showed it to him, said, look at this. He goes, oh, my goodness, Roberto Clemente. You know, he was so thrilled seeing Roberto Clemente's picture. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because this one is not like any other one because I took it. You know, there's millions of pictures of Roberto Clemente in different poses, but this one I took. But anyway, I couldn't wait for a guy from Puerto Rico that I could show this picture to.
Excellent.
And I said, hey, you show all your Puerto Rican friends that I got this picture here and they want to come over and see it, they can come over.
All righty. Excellent. Okay.
But anyway, that's a crazy
Jesse.
story. But anyway, you have a good day, Russ, and I hope your wife's doing better.
She's getting there. She's getting there. Thanks,
Wonderful.
Jesse. Appreciate it.
Wonderful, Russ. Take care.
All right, you too.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Hey, we're going to take a quick little break. When we come back, well, both lines are open, and you and I together, we can close out what's on your mind if you give me a buzz, 724-438-4593.
Wind, hail, sudden leaks. When your roof takes a beating, we're here for you at AR Roofing and Remodeling. We're a locally and veteran-owned contractor available 24/7 for repairs. As an Owens Corning Platinum Preferred Contractor, we get the job done right. Call 724-550-3064 or visit arremodels.com for your free estimate.
AR Roofing, never settle.
That sneeze was in a different zip code, and I still felt the germs.
Relax, Randy. I went to Montgomery Medical. I'm fully shielded.
Like a flu shot?
Flu, COVID, the works. If you haven't caught up on your shots yet, they'll get you sorted in minutes. It's basically a suit of armor, but with less clanking. Then do the double shot. After Montgomery Medical, head over to Renew You Medispa. I got their immunity IV drip.
A Medispa?
You relax, you hydrate, and you give your immune system a VIP upgrade.
Montgomery Medical, a family tradition of family medicine.
The music stopped when I started having knee pain.
For gospel singer Andrea Michaud, knee pain was keeping her from doing what she loves. That's when she turned to orthopedic surgeon Jason Kinney, MD, and the team at WVU Medicine Uniontown Hospital.
I am singing his praises.
Our patients benefit from large health system expertise and community hospital comfort. Learn more at wvumedicine.org/Uniontown.
Laurel Ridge Eye Care reminds us that vision problems may develop so slowly you don't even notice until you find yourself reading less and straining to focus. If that's happening to you, call Dr. Aaron Sobel at Laurel Ridge Eye Care for a complete vision exam. If there's one thing you shouldn't overlook, it's your vision. Laurel Ridge Eye Care and board-certified ophthalmologist Dr. Aaron Sobel remind you that early detection of eye disease can help prevent blindness. Their complete vision exams can help determine if you are developing problems. Laurel Ridge Eye Care offers full-service medical, surgical, and laser eye care with cataract surgery performed at Uniontown Hospital. Don't take chances with your eyes. Schedule your appointment today by calling Laurel Ridge Eye Care at 724-437-2222. That's 724-437-2222. All insurances are accepted, as well as Visa, MasterCard, and debit card at Laurel Ridge Eye Care, 130 West Fayette Street in the former Hockey Funeral Home.
Benjamin F. Goodwin, voted Fayette County's best attorney, and the entire award-winning Goodwin-Como Law team have been trusted by your friends and neighbors for the past 20 years. From estate planning and administration to personal injury, workers' compensation, family law, and criminal defense, they deliver dedicated, personalized representation with 2 convenient offices in Uniontown and Bell Vernon. Visit GoodwinComo.com or call them at 724-438-1616 for your free initial consultation. Goodwin Como, righting wrongs, securing justice.
Bright Stripe, Fayette County's premier asphalt seal coating professionals. Locally owned by Matt and Lexi George, Bright Stripe specializes in residential and commercial asphalt seal coating, also excelling in line striping and layouts, thermoplastic, and infrared asphalt repair. Bright Stripe has succeeded due to their commitment to quality work for 30 years. Bright Stripe, 724-437-6090, or visit bright-stripe.com. BRITE-stripe.com.
Everything is growing, and Madewell Services is here to help. They offer full lawn care service, including mulching, landscaping and planting, weekly grass cutting, power washing, and more. Madewell Services also provides professional cleaning services for your home or office, moving in or out service, party cleanups, weekly cleanings, and junk removal. Licensed and insured for peace of mind. Call Madewell Services today at 724-912-1805. That's 724-912-1805 for a free estimate.
Welcome back to What's on Your Mind. I'm Russ Rhodes. It is Open Conversation, 724-438-4593. Hello, welcome to the show.
Hey, I got to tell you, I love that Roberto Clemente story.
So did I.
That just made my day.
Yes. And what a nice Greg for plug for Mr. McGarvey, too.
Well, he's very good.
Yes, he is.
He really is a pro.
Yes.
And he's very trustworthy. You don't have to worry about your stuff disappearing or being damaged.
No.
And he's honest with his pricing.
Mm-hmm.
That said, I think that your caller should have that copywritten, that photo, because, once it's out there, anyone can use it. And something like that's certainly unique.
True.
And he should get credit for it. It's not hard to copyright stuff. If you've taken the photo, now if you find an old photo, you can't copyright it. But if you've actually taken it yourself, then you would have the rights to that and to say where and when it could be used. And an unposed picture like that is just unique. There are plenty of pictures of Clemente on the field, but in the dugout like that, that's just great.
Yeah, very much so.
The Saturday Evening Post, I think, came out twice a month.
Okay.
As did Life and Look, and the Saturday Evening Post was sort of middle brow. It had short stories in it.
Mm-hmm.
It had, timely articles that didn't really have so much of a political slant. It was a lot like, and I don't remember these magazines too well. I've seen older ones, Liberty and Collier's.
Right, okay.
But the Saturday Evening Post was kind of middle brow. They had a cartoon that ran every week about a maid, or twice a month, Hazel.
Okay.
And it was made into a TV series.
I was going to ask you if it was, because I remember watching the TV series.
Yeah. But the New Yorker is Upper Brow. The Saturday Review of Books is Upper Brow. That came out every couple of weeks. But I would say Saturday Evening Post was just Middle America.
Okay.
And then Life and Look were pictures, you know, but great pictures.
Yeah, and I read. I guess it was Life. I remember reading as a little kid, or looking
Everybody's.
through. Yeah.
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 Now, Newsweek, U.S. News, and Time were weeklies.
Yes. Okay.
And they were all dedicated to news.
Okay.
More or less.
All right. Hey, Frank, I thank you for calling in, sir. I appreciate it. But as always, it's too short. We got to run. Time's out. Got to go to the news.
Yeah, well, that caller just made my day with that
good.
Clemente story.
Yeah, I like that story too. So, all righty. Hey, thanks, Frank. You have a good one. Hey, this is WMBS Uniontown. Coming up next, Fox News from around the world and country, and then TJ with the local news, sports, and weather. See you tomorrow out at the fair. This is WMBS Uniontown, 3 o'clock.
A big day on Wall Street. I'm Jack Callahan, Fox News. An hour before the close, the Dow Jones Industrial Average is up more than 1,000 points. NASDAQ is more than 700 points higher. The S&P 500 also in record territory, up about 145 points. The market's buoyed by word earlier in the day from Treasury Secretary Bessent that an agreement to open the Strait of Hormuz is close. Talks between Iran and Oman about the strait have been productive, according to Iran's foreign ministry. President Trump has warned Tehran these talks are their last chance to avoid what he called decapitation. Iran, though, is suspected of sponsoring cyber attacks on some U.S. water supplies.
Federal agencies have warned that Iranian-affiliated cyber actors are targeting critical infrastructure, including water and wastewater facilities. Minnesota has reported attacks on roughly 30 water systems, while Michigan has confirmed 9 incidents.
Fox's Jennifer Griffin at the Pentagon, a setback for the Trump administration's attempts to roll back the so-called Green New Deal.
A divided U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals for D.C. says the Trump administration improperly ended billions of dollars in clean energy products, siding with Climate United Fund and other nonprofits. The program dates back to the Biden administration as part of its efforts to reduce greenhouse gas emissions. President Trump and EPA Administrator Lee Zeldin accused the Greenhouse Gas Reduction Fund of mismanagement and potential fraud, freezing billions